What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again. And let's get right into this one, man, because we're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. As the soap opera continues, man, um, the Lakers have identified who are going to be LeBron James's scapegoats. As we have seen this cycle since about the time LeBron James has come into the league. As far as my memory goes, if it serves me right, Paul Silas was the very first scapegoat for LeBron James. And it's just been a continuous cycle of blaming coaches, players, teammates. LeBron has even gone as far as blaming the upper brass, the decision makers, as far as his failures goes. And if it hasn't been LeBron James directly, it has been his stooges and the media doing his dirty work for him. So, again, I was reading this article, and it seems to me the Lakers are doing LeBron James's dirty work this time, as they have said that these three guys have performed so horribly that they will absolutely not be returning to the league, returning to the team next year. But we gotta see how this plays out anyway. Because the Lakers, I remember reading a report saying that Darvin Ham was going to definitely be the coach next season, and then also they said something on the lines of last offseason after the Western Conference Finals when they were swept. I believe them mentioning something on the lines of D'Angelo Russell not. Definitely not returning then as well. But then we seen D'Angelo Russell return, and we've seen how this season played out. But speaking of, this video will be pertaining to the top three scapegoats the Los Angeles Lakers have identified for LeBron James. It should be top four, but Darvin Ham has already been terminated and relieved of his head coaching services for the Los Angeles Lakers. So unfortunately, there are four scapegoats, but we will only be naming three in this one, as these guys are still in their tenure with the Lakers, unfortunately. But number one, now let's start with number three. Because all three of these, the names on this list is pathetic. You know what I mean? There should be two names and one name only specifically. But number three on the list, they're blaming Taurean Prince. All right, newly acquisition Taurean Prince, first season with the Lakers. Now, if you know anything about sports, basketball especially, more so about football, it takes a little while to learn a system. Guys come to their new teams after learning a particular system, sometimes multiple systems. If you consider a guy like Taurean Prince, who's played for multiple NBA teams, it does take a little time for these guys to get acquiesced to their new systems. And the fact that the Lakers are blaming a guy like Taurean Prince, again, who's only been with the Lakers, I think, 6 months, considering that he was brought on Rob Pelinka. He was an off-season acquisition, I believe, by Rob Pelinka. Absolutely pathetic that Taurean Prince is taking a fall. I think he averaged, I forget, 7 points for the playoffs. So, with a role player that's only playing limited amount of time, who has limited amount of opportunities, baffles my mind how Taurean Prince was a fall guy for LeBron James. He did start, I believe, 49 out of the 82 games last year, so he was elevated to starting duties from time to time, which says something about his talent. But in the same breath, a guy that's only been with the team 82 plus, the few playoff games and play-in games that they had, 82 games, so about 87 games total, 89, 90 games total. It's crazy that his name makes the list, but yes, the Lakers have identified Taurean Prince as a member of the Lakers roster right now that will absolutely not be returning next season. And again, we all know this is all just a scapegoat for one LeBron James. Number two on the list, Spencer Dinwiddie. And we all heard about some rumblings, during the season, especially during the playoffs, about Spencer not being, as far as Spencer being an eligible member for the LeBron James scapegoat committee. Now, Spencer was on a buyout waiver. So that just tells you right there, this guy did not have a job in the NBA. The Lakers just pulled him off the couch and essentially thrust him into the Lakers rotation, expecting this guy to be a contributing piece to a championship. Again, Spencer Dinwiddie was watching the NBA season from the same places we watched the NBA season, ladies and gentlemen, from the comforts of our home, probably from the gym if he was staying in shape, and if he was out and about, watching the games from the same places that we was watching the games, the TV screens for the most part. Um, and so it's crazy to me. Again, this is another guy that the Lakers have identified as someone who's absolutely going to be blamed for the failures of the 2023-2024 Lakers season. Pathetic work. Spencer Dinwiddie was on his couch, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know Spencer has balled out for Dallas and for Brooklyn, respectfully, but he definitely shouldn't have been, a fall guy. When again, we have two other names, definitely one other name that we should be calling out. But unfortunately, Spence is on this list. And number one, I think it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell has been a victim and has been a member of the LeBron James Scapegoat Committee for as long as he's been, for as long as his return to the Lakers has been. We all know D'Lo used to play with Kobe, and he loved Kobe, dearly. He actually played, I think, a year with the young core that LeBron James traded away between Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, all those guys. So D'Angelo Russell is probably he's the only organic Laker, former number one pick, only organic Laker on this team. And it's crazy to see that he has to take the blame for LeBron James. Now, when he played with Kobe, nobody blamed him when the Lakers was abysmal then. So I don't get how everybody expected D'Angelo Russell to be some championship piece all of a sudden. We all knew what he was years ago, traded him away. It didn't bring him back and then expect him to be a contributing piece to a championship. No. And again, it's a travesty that D'Angelo Russell is being targeted as the number one member for the LeBron James Scapegoat Committee. Actually, we could say 1B. Number 1B has Darvin Ham has already taken the first brunt of the blame. And so, which was ridiculous because Darvin Ham was good enough to coach them bums to an in-season tournament. They go 7-0 for an in-season tournament. LeBron James, a billionaire, plays his heart out for $500,000, right? But can't seem to get up and put a good sequence of games together. Won 7 games in the in-season tournament, but can't win 4 games to win a playoff series. Baffles my mind, but yeah. Apparently, allegedly, these other guys, Taurean Prince, D'Angelo Russell, Spencer Dinwiddie, and including Darvin Ham, these were the reasons for for the Lakers' woes last year. You can't make this up. The Lakers soap opera continue. The LeBron James soap opera continues. And I'll be here for the rest of it, the updates, and let you all know. If y'all don't mind, this is a business swing by the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tony the Savant on all across the board. Make sure you get your boy a like, a follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts is on these topics, subjects, matters. And I thank y'all for the love and support. I definitely appreciate it. I just always got one hope and request from my people that rock with me. Just go out there and get a goal accomplished. Set you a goal and accomplish it. And outside of that, till we meet again, peace.